Hello gamers, Thinsless here with Thinsless Gaming. Today we're going to talk about a topic that's kind of prevalent in the community, and that's piloting accounts and sharing accounts. But before we talk about that, take a look at this new cool trailer that I have for the channel. Stay tuned. Go ahead and drop a comment below and let me know what you think of that trailer. I think it's pretty cool. So today I want to talk about the concept of piloting accounts and account sharing. This topic's come up because one of our viewers has had his account that was shared literally zeroed to a new level. I get the concept of having special roles for accounts and kingdoms, and very high power accounts being rally leaders or garrison leaders, and kingdoms, wanting or needing access to these accounts during pivotal moments during a KVK. So if the enemy is coming for a big attack and that account owner is offline, that could be detrimental to the KVK if they're the garrison lead, or one of the garrison leads. But does the outcome of that fight offset the risks of sharing your account? These accounts, assuming that they're, pay to win accounts and not free to play, someone's put that money into these accounts. That's someone's money on the line. You need to have a really high level of trust with the people that have the access to your account, because as this viewer found out, if they're not who you thought they were, or if your relationship has soured in some way, these people have the ability to really mess up your account. And I'm not sure what support is going to be able to do in this particular case. So, not naming names or where this information is coming from, but there was a dispute between members of this circle, and apparently more than one of them had each other's account information, and a comment was made, either valid or not, that possibly they might have been, thinking about migrating one person's account out of the kingdom. So instead, since they legitimately had access to that account, that threat wouldn't have even been valid had they not been sharing accounts. But since they were, this person took that to be a valid, threat, and they discussed it with others, and someone went and logged into the person that had made that comment. They logged into his account and they migrated that account. It was only a 10 million power account. We're talking about a very young pre KVK1 kingdom. So 10 million power account was very significant in this kingdom, and they migrated that kingdom to, or they migrated that account to a kingdom that was just about to enter KVK1. So there was no way then for that account to be migrated back to the server that they were on. So if it had just ended there, that would be one thing. Okay, get out of my place. We don't want you here, and you're not going to be able to come back. End of story. This went multiple steps further in they took all the gems that he had in his account. Apparently, this was a couple 100,000 gems, and they spent all the gems on troops and then deleted all of the troops on the account. So, zeroing not just the troops, but all of his gems at the same time. They then took all the gear off of his commanders and dismantled all of the gear. So, wrecking all of that, the blueprints and the gold that went into that equipment. And I'm not sure if it was legendary equipment or not. If it was, half of that material gone. So imagine if this had been a sock account and you had multiple sets of, legendary gear, full crit gear, KVK level blueprint gear. You're giving someone access to the account that has that type of control over it where it can just crush all of your gear. They might not be able to migrate the account because assuming these accounts have 60 plus million power, being able to come up with that many passports, assuming the person hasn't been buying the new world bundles when they come out, that would represent a significant investment in buying of passports to migrate the account out. In this particular case, the starting kingdom is pre-KVK1. Once that account goes into KVK1, it can't come back and repeat it. So that account can't come back to that kingdom where those people are until after they finish KVK1. So he's now out the ability to play with his friends, his alliance mates. So maybe this isn't such a concern given the sock account scenario with the migration. It still speaks to the vulnerability of the account and what someone can do to your investment, your money and time that you've put into this account. And is it worth it for you to hand that over to someone else? And then, like I said, I don't know what support is going to be able to do if they have logs of the activity to show what the gems were spent on and the deleting of the troops and then the dismantling of the equipment. All of that pattern of events would show, if you looked at it and applied thought to it, that the account was hacked and someone was doing this maliciously, because that wouldn't be a standard act. No one's going to go and spend all their gems on troops and then just delete all the troops. But if they don't have logs to prove all that, you might not have grounds or standing to get any type of reverting of that action, reimbursement of the troops and the gems. So honestly, I don't know what's going to happen. I'll keep in touch with this viewer and see what the resolution is, and I'll update the video later with the conclusion of what he was able to do. Really keep that in the back of your mind, though, when you're deciding who you're going to be sharing your account with, and do you really trust them with, that much money? So just think about it. If you have any thoughts on that, leave it in the comments below. Let's have a conversation and talk about it. Consider subscribing to the channel. Throw a thumbs up on this video. I'd really appreciate it. Till we talk next time, take care.